Now let's understand how Claude delegate tasks to sub-agents for the parallel work. When you ask Claude to do something complex like set up the entire design system with dark mode or light mode or create this and that component, so that's a lot of work. Claude does not try to do it all in one shot. So Claude use sub-agents means separate Claude instances that handle specific part of the task. Think of it like a tech lead delegating task to the team members. Basically, the main Claude act as a coordinator and Claude uses specialized agents for the subtask. So we will talk about two built-in types of Claude sub-agents. First is explore agent and it investigates and exploring your code base, and this sub-agent reads all files and do stuff related to researching information. Second built-in sub-agent is task agent and it performs any specific task such as creating components, fixing bugs or writing codes. Such tasks handled by this task sub-agent. So why are they useful? For this, imagine you are building a node application. So instead of doing everything one by one, Claude can assign one agent to build the theme provider, assign another agent to create UI components, assign a third agent to add animation on the app screens. So all of these tasks happen in parallel and making app development faster. Also, these inbuilt sub-agents protect the context. Means if an explore agent reads 50 files to understand your code base, then that data does not flood the main conversation window. Things happened behind the screen. Now let's see the demo. I will now run the command. Like I will say we are building a React Native Nodes application. So check SPEC.md file and start building the component and UI. So let's run this command on the terminal. Now let's enter this command. Now let's watch Claude built-in sub-agents, how they will perform this command. So I already connected Supabase as a MCP and now it asks permissions. Do you want to proceed? Just enter yes. So Claude again asks permissions for Supabase. Basically right now Claude added table in the Supabase. Here if you notice, till the Claude provide output, Claude sub-agents do stuff behind the scene without interrupting and without data flood on the main conversation window. Basically everything happens behind the scene. The Supabase MCP worked behind the scene. So when sub-agents done, they pass the result to the main Claude. That's why I told you that Claude act as a coordinator. So here if you notice, then Claude also checked the spec.md file where I have mentioned all the requirements, and Claude said that requirement is covered like the dark first UI, theme toggle, the font family setup, the swipe to delete, auto saving mode, and everything is according to the requirements which are mentioned under the spec.md file. So if you watched the previous lectures, previous sessions, then you will notice that we already added this spec.md file and I already covered what this spec.md file is actually doing and how important this MD file for new application. So now if we open the simulator, then we will see the UI for this node application. Here are three tabs, one for nodes, second for searching nodes, and third for the profile, where we can see the light mode, the dark mode, and few more things like Supabase real-time syncing, which basically we don't need to show on the screen, but obviously it is mentioned in the spec.md file. That's why it comes in the UI. But yes, this is the UI that Claude have built for us. So here we notice that Claude successfully read the spec.md file requirements related to the UI component, and it also create the UI for note making application, which I check on the simulator. But if you noticed here, then Claude could not verify the Supabase database. Claude failed to connect with the Supabase MCP server. Although Claude asked permissions again and again to connect with the Supabase, to want to change in the Supabase, want to create a table and do stuff related to the Supabase, but it still failed to connect with the Supabase MCP server. So now, as we know that Supabase MCP server is enabled inside this project, we already did this in the previous sessions. So let's say again, connect to my Supabase project, and my Supabase project name is Claude Code Demo, and then say create all database table for Claude Code Demo project. Also check SPEC.md file where I have mentioned app requirements. And if you check in Supabase, this is my Claude Code Demo project, and yet we have no table created by Claude Code. Also, there is no function yet created. So now let's go back to the terminal and hit this command. Here, Claude says that Supabase MCP was timing out earlier, but let me retry now and apply the schemas. So let's proceed. It again asks for permission. Let's say yes. Here I choose second option because I am allowing Supabase. So here I am selecting second option because I am allowing Claude to perform all the tasks related to the Supabase without asking me permission again and again. Here you can see that Claude connected with the Supabase, and also Claude checked that project currently has no table created. So Claude want to make changes in schemas. So let's say yes. Here you can see Claude has created nodes table with these columns, with ID columns, with owner ID columns, with node title column, with content, and with all the remaining ones. Now let's go back to the Supabase, and here we will say that Claude has created one table with node's name. And if we check this in table edit mode, then we can see the columns here. Right now we have not entered any entry, that's why it's empty. So here all these tasks are done by Claude's built-in subagents. So now before moving ahead, let's build our own custom subagents. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button, and if you are new to this channel, then do subscribe for more related content, and if you have any doubt related to the video, then do comment. So happy coding and bye-bye.